The world has finally given so much love to this talented actor called Arjun Mathur, who has, by the way, existed and been around doing great stuff for quite some time. I'm really happy about that. But I'd like to also point out that Arjun is ordinary in no way with his choices and with his ideals, or like we'd like to call it, usul. What do you think about this, Arjun? Ideals, because I want to read a quote of yours.
Okay.
This is what you said some time back. I'll stand up for the quality of our cinema. There are not enough people trying to do good. There are only people trying to make money. Now, these ideals that you have are very rare today. And I find that fascinating. Do you still sort of think in the same manner? This quote must have been given some time back.
Yeah, I think I do. I mean, money is important. Let's not. But yeah, so I think I am.
I know that you share a really warm relationship with Zoya also. And I think that transcends. There's an understanding with the director that sort of comes out beautifully on screen. Tell me if I'm wrong.
No, absolutely not. It's amazing. It's like, and it's so special with her. Like, honestly, I've known her since like 2005, 2006. And she helped me like pick out my pictures from my first portfolio and that kind of stuff. And you know, the first short film I ever did, Meera Noy's short film, was written by Zoya. The first ad campaign that Zoya ever wrote was this Godrej campaign, which again I was in. I was in her first feature film. I'm in her first web series. And yeah, I think it's really some special association. Even like if I see it now from this all new perspective of like the character that I played in Luck by Chance, right, was essentially this struggling actor who makes certain choices and, well, doesn't really like get where he wants to be. And 10 years, exactly 10 years later, it's Zoya that's brought me Made in Heaven, you know. So it's really amazing.
And it's great because, you know, I saw this lovely post on Instagram with Alia where you said, I think it's amazing when the people of the fraternity come forward and come forward and appreciate that. Tell me about that moment.
Well, I was just at a screening of her mother's film, No Fathers in Kashmir, and I was just sitting there, and then she came and she was saying hi to someone right next to me, and then she saw me, and then she just came to me like she knew me, and she was like, "Oh my God, and no, you were so good," and this, that, and I'm just like, thank you, all this. And then she was even like, "I'm so sorry, I'm behaving so starstruck." And I was like, what is happening here right now? So, but it was, she was really, really sweet and amazing. And then her mother came and she said mostly the same stuff. And we got a picture together and that was that. But it was lovely. It's like, it's validation at the end of it. It's appreciation. It's, you know, as you said, like I've spent a decade here working for exactly this. So it's nice to finally have it.
I think the topic of nepotism has been here for quite some time.
My God. Okay.
He's like, okay. I think around October 2015, which is quite some time back, during the launch of, I think, Mirzia, you had put up a post on Instagram which had an article about, you know, Harshvardhan Kapoor being launched with Sayami, and it was Rakesh Om Prakash Mehra's interview. I think this is the... But I'm going to show a screen grab of it.
Jesus.
It was, like we said, it was around 2015. And what you said was the saddest truth about Bollywood is that it's less of an industry in healthy competition within itself and working in unison towards its own collective growth, but more of a dynasty that is designed to keep the power status quo in place, not so different from every system we abhor. Thankfully, Bollywood is not all that Indian cinema comprised of here anymore. In any case, it's always nice to see the media being able to differentiate between the deserving and the descendants. Who's your daddy?
Yeah, I would like to just say about that particular, because,
about this.
Because the problem with this I found was, look at how it's written. That it mentions these names and then says
Anil Kapoor's son,
whose son it is and whose niece it is.
It was an article about how Harshvardhan Kapoor, in bracket Anil Kapoor's son, Sayami.
And then it comes to talking about the other two actors in the film.
And Anuj and Anjali.
Whose names aren't even, it doesn't even matter what their surname is. Because they're nobody's son, they're nobody's niece. But they're actors, give them their credit, give them their due. They were leading cast in the film, you know. So, yeah, that's a problem, definitely.
You mentioned here, you know, who's your daddy and stuff like that, which is very specific.
I've been told, okay, it's been a slow and steady process over many years for me to distance myself from my extremely vocal.
But why? I was so excited
Well,
when...
it happened when one day someone said to me, "Listen, you're going to land up in jail." Yeah, this is Bollywood.
Yeah.
Okay, and that is how it works. And it's best to stop complaining about it. It's best to not be bitter about it. It's best to understand the reality the soonest you can. And like I've also said there, that thankfully, Bollywood is not all that Indian content consists of anymore. Made in Heaven being like a primary example.
But there's a picture that you put, and I'll have to...
Cool.
This topic has been such a touchy topic for sort of like forever. And especially when actors have commented on it, which includes a lot of people. We've been questioned, our nationalism has been questioned again and again everywhere.
I think like nationalism, firstly, is a man-made structure. First, learn to follow the structures of nature and, basic human stuff. Love yourself, love humans, love animals, love trees, love the planet we're on. And then we'll talk about loving some
Your country.
piece of land. That's what I feel, honestly.
Okay.
I don't know what to say, honestly. Anything I say can and will be used against me. Who is who to question your nationalism, more importantly? Every person is proud of where they come from in their own way. But but the problem arises when someone is trying to dictate that no, unless you're doing this or not doing this, then you are. Who are you to tell me?
Yeah.
First
Why
of all?
analyze some actions and to try to decode something you're not trying to say?
Yeah, and it's whatever. Nationalism for me is another way to is just another division. It's another division, and the systems in this world thrive on divide and rule. And I'm glad, because this is not just like Indians need to come together or this, that. Right now, honestly speaking, the world really needs to come together to like, this world as we see it or recognize it will be gone in 20-25 years. Since you also said something about actors in particular.
Yeah.
And I just want to say that, bhai sahab, actors in particular need to raise their voice.
Yeah.
They are the most... they are the people who have the most influence on like hordes of masses in our country. Since I was a kid, I thought that no, the day if I ever have a voice, I'll use it the way I can. I'm not gonna like be quiet and not say anything about anything because it would lead to like some personal whatever, financial loss or whatever. I don't know, lack of work, whatever. I would much rather be working with people who are on a similar wavelength, who I can have a mutual respect with, rather than work with people who don't see eye to eye at all on anything, I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I think it makes sense.
Yeah.
I'm sure there is no harm in having movies that have subjects that's, that celebrate heroes of our country. But a lot of time they are, there are questions about the jingoism that attached to it, and their affinity towards a certain party or a government that comes along with it.
I was in the accidental prime minister, so it's which was a absolutely contradictory move on my own part, and only I know the my own mental fight with myself, only I'll know that. And my reasons for doing the film, only I know. I don't need to ever tell anybody also, honestly speaking. But but it's existing. 100% it's existing. Propaganda in our films and, I don't know. There is a fine line between patriotism and jingoism, I think,
Yeah.
So I am bothered, and I'm also very bothered with seeing the way like our the biggest, most influential people aligning themselves in a safe place.
Yeah.
Rather than take up a real patriotic voice for this country.
Do you draw the line for yourself when it comes to acting or taking up acting projects? Are there things that you would never do?
Say here right now for the first time, although I might have said the opposite all my life,
Yeah.
I will say here that I will even run around trees if I have to.
Aw, you.
But only if it's like a parody kind of situation.
Ah,
You know what I mean?
nice.
So,
It's a very cute picture, throwback picture of you from 2005.
right.
And
He reposted that picture, man.
yeah.
Can you
But why were you
imagine?
surprised? Of course.
I did not expect
Really?
that. Of course not. No, I didn't. Yeah.
Yeah.
But-
It must have been sort of surreal to read him say that. He said
Yeah.
he went all gaga over you.
He said, what did he say exactly? I remember he said, "Hey Arjun, really happy to see you see you doing such good work. Saw Made in Heaven, really enjoyed it. Love A." And that's so sweet, man. He has no need or reason to do that, you know. And like I said, that's him. My experience of working with him on 2 feature films, of observing this man, I think I've imbibed a lot from him. You know, if I'm an efficient actor at all on set today, it's definitely a lot of it I've picked up
From Aamir?
Yeah, I've not seen a more just to the point, not here to he's the biggest there is, okay, and he's not there to make any show of it or nothing. Just all about the work, and it's really marvelous to observe him.
Thank you once again.
Yeah, thank you.
This was great.
Thank you.